now it's just like, man, you got to have that time where you just like disconnect from the scene, just the race. Like, and it's a race that I've created in my head, you know? But you have to step away from it.
All right. Hi, everybody. It is nice to see you all on this fine. Let's see. I think today's technically a Tuesday, but honestly, I lose track of time so easily. So who the heck knows? First of all, I just hope everybody can hear me live in the chat. Sometimes I have technology issues because in all the irony of the world, for somebody who pays a lot of attention to apps and technology and board games, I'm really, really bad with technology. So definitely let me know in the chat if you see anything going wrong. I appreciate your support. Thank you. All right, enough of that. Welcome. Today, we are looking at the new app coming out this week from Asmodee Digital for the wonderful board game, 2-player only game called Jaipur. If you haven't played Jaipur before, I really, really encourage you to check it out. It is one of my top 10 2-player board games. It's light and quick, but it definitely has some interesting choices and things like that for you to play with. Okay, so Hulkster14 is saying that the audio video sync is pretty bad. I'm not sure what that means, to be honest with you. I can check it out. Let me see if I can check it out, the stream. Oh, I see the sync issue. You know what? I really don't know if there's anything I can do about that. So hopefully it's not going to be too weird. Just, I'm going to get off the screen soon anyway. So hopefully it won't be too jarring to see it. I've got the best internet I can do right now, and I'm hardwired in and everything. So fingers crossed that it gets better. Sorry about that. All right, going back to the Jaipur app, I'm going to show off similar to other app previews that I have done. I'm going to show the app off. I'm really here to show it off from an overall point of view. I'll probably play through a quick hand of it because it's that light and easy, and I really want to give you a look at it. But if you have any questions specifically, or if there's anything you want to know, feel free to drop a question in the chat. All right, so without further ado, let's take a look at this wonderful new app coming this week. I think the release is either 5/24 or 5/25. Obviously, typically in iOS world, they do big release days on Thursdays. I had heard rumor that Jaipur might come out on 5/24, which is a Wednesday. So who knows? We will see. The first thing you're going to notice if you are a fan of Jaipur is that this art might not look familiar to you, but it's beautiful. And that is because in the app version of Jaipur, they have provided art from the famous, wonderful, talented Vincent Dutrait. Of course, Alexander Roche's art in the original board game is beautiful as well, but I think it's kind of fun that we have something new to look at here in the app form. So what I'm going to start off by doing is just showing you here in the options. You have, of course, music and sounds and effects. I can turn up the music a little bit. It's kind of got that string instrument sound that you sometimes hear like in Indian restaurants and whatnot. I'm going to turn that off for the stream though, but there are some like sound effects. The game plays in different languages, and you'll notice that there are some campaign settings down at the bottom of the menu there, and we will take a look at what that could be related to in a little bit. All right, of course, you have an account with Asmodee Digital. This game will have online play. I'll show that menu real quickly here under the play a game. So you can play solo, pass and play, or online duels. So we'll have that online play option for you going through your standard Asmodee digital account. If you have Potion Explosion, Mysterium, any of the other Asmodee digital games, it's the same account. There is a wonderful tutorial that will teach you the game and the interface at the same time. It is interactive and it is really well done. I think it does a good job talking you through the game and teaching you the rules. Of course, Jaipur is at its heart a very, very simple card-based game too, so it's not too difficult to teach. But you can see here you have this instructor. Here the instructor is laying out all the specific actions that you can choose from in a given turn, etc. I like the way it kind of lays out that for you. Now, the interface is interesting because it's pretty intuitive, but here, the primary mechanism to move cards around is that I'm going to tap on this silver card, as the tutorial is telling me, and drag it over to my hand. And there you go. Sometimes when you're trading things like that, you're going to see there's this action bar that you use instead. So I'm going to pull this down real quickly, this little flag menu here, if I can actually hit the right flag menu. Oh, maybe it's not active in the tutorial. Yeah, I'm going to quit the tutorial. I don't think you need to go through the whole tutorial. I think you can see that it's there, right? All right. So let's go just play a game. In solo game, I wanted to point this out. I think it's really, really cool. They've provided 3 difficulty levels. They're highlighted in chili peppers, which is amusing. And then they actually let you change up the game. In standard Jaipur in real life, you usually play 2 out of 3. You play a round and then you get a Maharaja token and then you play for 2 out of 3 of those. But in the app, they've let you create the option of picking. So like here, I can just select a 1 round. And they also have a standard or a different challenging mode where in the standard game, you have 7 cards as a hand limit, and they've offered an option to reduce your hand size to 5, which does change up your choices a lot. I've played it a few times with 5 cards, and it's interesting how that goes. So I just wanted to show you the options for solo play. Pass and play works interestingly. The only thing I want to show you that I think pass and play works great. It's a fairly simple implementation. The thing that I think is amusing, so you can see it indicates whose turn it is. Now I'm holding my device up. And, oh, it's not working for me now. Well, that's silly of me. Is it because I'm... there we go. It's because I didn't have my device oriented. And what you're seeing these cards flip. That's actually me. I don't know if you can see in that tiny window. When I pick the app up, the phone up, and I'm looking at it, just for me, the cards reveal themselves in my hand. When I turn it down, like I might be passing the device to somebody else, it actually hides the cards automatically. And it uses the gyroscope. The reason why it wasn't showing earlier is because I actually hadn't oriented the cards for my own play. And, I don't know if I've ever seen another app use that kind of feature in Pass and Play. And I think it's really kind of clever to take advantage of the technology of devices. But I'm not going to walk through a Pass and Play game here. What I'm going to do, and what I really think is super special about this app, and this is where I'm actually going to show you the gameplay, is they have created a campaign mode for Jaipur over here by this beautiful camel. So I'm going to tap on campaign. And this is what you see in campaign. It's a map that is kind of hidden. You can see some action down below. And the reason why you can see action down below are those are the areas I've already explored. When you first open up campaign mode, you only have that one little teeny tiny section down at the very, very bottom of the map open to you. And that's where you start to play. And basically, as you're playing these games in campaign mode, you're going to earn coins and camels, and that will allow you to expand out throughout this map. And every section of the map has a slightly different kind of challenge to it. What this reminds me of in some ways is in Splendor, where they have the campaign mode and you go around the world and there's different kind of puzzle modes that they set up as you go around. And this is similar, whereas like I forget which map zone I tapped on, but here this one is telling me that the hand limit is 5 cards instead of the usual 7. Oh, and it's traveling, so I'm going to say do nothing. I tapped on the region next to where I am. You can see with the little indicator there where I am. So I'll tap on the region I am. So here in the region I'm so sorry, I cannot say this name accurately, Chittaraga. The setting is hard, so this AI will play hard, and a single round is enough to win games. So you just play 1 round and whoever wins, wins. So I could trade there and do that. But I'm going to go ahead and travel. This is where you want to earn camels to explore the map. As you earn camels in play, that will actually allow you to move between the map zones and play in there. I'm wondering if I can, how much money do you have? I have 150 here. Okay, so here we go. This is another example. So, oops, oh darn it, I tapped on the wrong thing. Apologies. Load it back up here. There's a little region just north of the region I'm in that's highlighted that doesn't have a little dot in it. That means I haven't explored there yet. Well, to explore there, I have to pay rupees. Well, I have 160. Sure, let's explore that region. Okay, Rajsamand is intermediate play, and goods have a steady price. Therefore, there's no rush to sell my stock. That means that all the coin tokens, and if you're not familiar with Jaipur, we'll see what this means, but if you are familiar with it, all your coin tokens, you know how they normally descend from value? It means they're all going to be the same value here, which is really, really cool because it does change up your strategies as far as you're rushing there. So let's try this game, right? So again, I'm playing in campaign mode. Hopefully I'll earn some coins here. Our little instructor's reminding us that the goods have a steady price, which, gosh, maybe it's not the best example, but oh well. And I don't know how well you can see this, but you'll see like the ruby coins at the top all have a value of 7, the gold all have a value of 6, the silver have 5, etc. and so forth. All right. I'm going to take my turn. I'm playing against an AI. I do love camels, but that green card's just sitting there. So I'm going to tap on the green card and pull it over to my hand, and it just takes it. Oh, of course, another green one. Now you can come and see me if you wish to see your opponent's last turn, which is cool. And so I'm going to show you what that feature is. I'm going to tap on the little instructor down the bottom, and I'm still pressing on him, and you'll see it's showing that your opponent traded in 3 of the purple cards or fabric cards for that. Now release him, and it goes away. All right, I'm going to grab that green card while it's there. Oh, I kind of want that purple card. So in Jaipur, you are basically trading goods for these tokens, and it's really light and easy set collection. You'll see that there are camel cards in the row, and the rule with camel cards is if you take camels from the middle row, you have to take all of them. So no matter how many camel cards are in there. But camel cards give you flexibility because you can trade them for goods. Because normal rules, I can just take 1 card from the middle row. So you'll see here, oh, I can't take 2. Take 1 diamond. So I'll go ahead and grab that red diamond card. But now, and in fact, that's a good example. My opponent, you'll see, I'm just going to press on the instructor to show the last move. My opponent took 2 purple cards, which you normally cannot do, but you can trade, and he or she traded 2 camel cards back to the row. And so now the center row has more camels for me. My opponent got 2 cards that they want. So that trading with the middle row is a distinct part of the game. And what you're doing is you're collecting sets of these cards. You have a hand limit of 7 under a standard game. And when you have, you trade those in for those tokens that you see on the left there. I'm going to go ahead and trade this group of green cards, which are T cards. You'll see when I tap and hold them, the little, communication bar at the bottom will tells you what's going on. I'm just going to drag them over to the discard. And I get the chips equal to the number of cards that I traded in. So I turned in 3 green cards. I get the 3 green chips, and that grouping of chips in the center there, I'm just going to tap them here, like these. You'll see they have little 3 cards. When you trade in 3 or more of a resource, you will actually get 1 of these chips. And these chips have a random assortment of points below them. So you're not quite sure what you're going to get. The more cards you trade in at once, the higher the value is. So they are seeded kind of. If you trade in 3 cards, the points are lower than otherwise. Now, I love camels, so I'm going to go ahead and take camels. So I'm going to tap on the camel and drag it, and it forces you to take all of them. So another action is you can take all the camel cards. There you go. And then the row refills for my opponent. My opponent took a high value gold card. All right. So my opponent took that high value gold card. I'm not going to let them get away with it. I'm going to actually, I want both of these high value cards here, the gold and the silver. So I tap the gold, I tap the silver, and you'll see at the bottom, the communication bar is telling me, oh, you have to add 2 cards from your hand or camels. And so what I can do is I can actually trade one camel and one from my hand. Or I'm just tapping on these cards. I untap that brown card. I can trade in 2 camels. And then to make the exchange happen, I'm just going to press on the bar, the communication bar that says exchange cards. And voila. And that's really the game. Oh my gosh, there are 5 camels in there. Do I take 5 camels? If I take 5 camels, that gives my opponent a totally fresh row of a whole bunch of really cool cards. I'm going to trade in those purple cloth cards, but I want to show you this real quickly. I can trade in 1 leather card, and you'll see at the bottom, the leather are the least expensive goods. But if I wanted to trade in a diamond, those 3 goods above the bonus chips, you have to have at least 2 to trade them in. So I cannot trade in my diamonds. I cannot trade in my gold as singles. So I'm going to go ahead and trade in my cloth and just drain the pool of cloth chips. Now, the reason why I want to do that is the game typically ends when you drain the deck or when 3 of the goods token stacks are gone. So I'm basically rushing the game as I drain those. Oh my gosh, look at that. I gotta grab that gold. I gotta grab that diamond. And under normal circumstances, I couldn't because one of the actions is take 1 card from the center. But because I have 2 camels, thank goodness, I'm going to trade my 2 camels for those 2 high value gems. And now I can trade in those rubies or diamonds. And that's as simple as the game is. I'm going to go and trade in those gold. Now, one of the things I'm showing you in campaign mode, so the feature of this zone on the map is the chip tokens all have the same value. But under a normal game, they actually do not. They're actually descending in order. So the top chips might be worth 7 points, but as you go down, they're worth 5, 4, 3, 2. So there's actually an incentive. I got to have some camels. I love having the flexibility of camels. Oh, is my opponent going to take the... Oh, darn it. Urgh! Took all my diamonds, jerk. All right, fine. I'm going to take the... You're going to take my diamonds. I'm going to go ahead and take that. I'm going to keep an extra camel and exchange my leather and a camel there. So normally a strategy of the game is also rushing to get to the high value chips or to the top of the chip stack first because those chips are of higher value. So there's this interesting balance between getting into stacks early, waiting to trade in larger number of cards so that you can, darn it, I'm going to take more camels. I know, it's a silly idea. Oh my good gravy. Oh, this game is rigged. It's not rigged, but I like to complain. Normally you have to race to get to the top of the stacks or wait to gather up larger sets in your hand so that you can get a bonus chip. So I'm going to go ahead and trade in these 3 green cards, these 3 T cards. I get 3 chips, and there's my bonus token, which this one randomly happened to have 2 points underneath it. I feel like that gold is out there taunting me. All right, I'll take it just because I'm a sucker. That was probably not the right strategic decision, but it's just a game, right? Oh, but there's another gold. Huzzah. Oh, I think my opponent totally hate drafted that gold. What do you think? Yeah, I think so. Hulkster in the jazz, like the danger of taking camels. I know. But I love the flexibility of camels. What are you going to do? Plus, camels. Now, I don't know what the start player rule is for the actual game of Jaipur, but when I play with my friends, I always like to make the rule, whoever makes the best camel noise, that's always a nice way to start the game off. Just throwing that out there as an option for y'all. Okay, can I just say that this is a horrible, horrible, yuck. Let's see, take 1 green. I know that seems like an odd thing, but okay. Take that silver. There we go. Okay. No. Oh! My opponent just ended the game. There you or the round. And oh! I lost. Oh, I lost hard. Oh, that's embarrassing. What you may have seen at the end there, is a camel chip came out that is right here. Let's see if I can tap on it. Right, there's the camel chip right there. I tapped on it and went away. At the end of the round, whoever has the most camels gets 5 bonus points for having the most camels, which I definitely had. So Hulkster in the chat is asking, is there a panda in the game? And the original Jaipur is well known for, in one of the camel cards, under the camel's pack, there is a little panda peeking out from under the pack, like a little stuffed panda toy. It's completely random and completely odd, and anybody who's a fan of Jaipur knows about it and loves it, and I am no different. Okay, Hulkster might laugh at me. I'm gonna take all these camels because I just can't stop. Hulkster 14, I'm not going to spoil anything, but what I will say is Asmodee was aware of fans' appreciation for the panda, and Asmodee respects and appreciates their fans. So I will leave it at that. All right, let's try to crank through this game because I really would like to show a little bit more of it off, but I don't want to drag this on too long either for you. We've been going for a little bit here. If you have any other questions about the features of the game, let me know. One thing I'm going to show you real quickly here is I'm going to tap on this ribbon. There's a little settings pull down. You can have help during the game, etc., which I just leave on. It doesn't give you any strategic tips. It just kind of reminds you of where you are in the game. But I will also point out one of the must-have features I always consider in an app is having the rules available in-app. Oops, Star Realms notification. Sorry about that. And Jaipur does offer the rules in PDF format, which is not my favorite format, to be honest with you, but at least they're in there. I think that it's nice that they did that. So, alrighty, let's trade some goods, shall we? Let's get rid of those purples. When you guys play games, do you always use the thematic name for goods? I'm awful about using thematic names, I have to admit. So I'm always saying red cards and gold cards instead of diamonds and leather and things like that. I should be better about that. I'm the worst. I know that. Very delicate PR. Michael in the chat is saying I had very good PR language. Thank you, I think. That could really be taken as criticism too, so I'm going to choose to take it as a compliment. Well, some things, the joy of discovery. Well, I don't think I pointed this out here, but if you don't have any camels, you can still trade. You just trade from your hand. So here I'm going to trade 2 low-value leather goods for 2 high-value cards in the center row. All right. I'm going to take the camels because I really can't help it. It's an illness in this game. You have to have some camels. It's important. Let's trade in some gold, and I have a feeling because I'm talking to you, I'm getting absolutely decimated by this AI, which, quite frankly, if you've watched any of my other previews, is very standard fare for me. I tend to lose games a lot in general, let alone when I'm streaming them. Okay, well, I'm conflicted. There's 5 there. Oh, I don't need 5 though. I only need 4, don't I? 2, 3, 4. Because 5 is the max. There we go. This is going to be a good exchange, people. I'm telling you right here. All right. Zoop. What's my bonus chip? 9-point bonus chip. So Joe Sundows chat that you usually use the names for things. And Ora's Gallstone. It's just something in games I'm awful at, and I should be better. Similarly, I'm awful at pronouncing names that are from a language that aren't my native language, and I know that some people feel like that comes off as really disrespectful, and I do actually feel very bad about that. I need to practice that. Ooh, I want all the silver. Well, I have that diamond anyway. I better grab it while it's there, right? Before my mean old opponent takes it. See, Hulkster is the power of camels. I also know, Hulkster, you're probably watching this screen pretty carefully looking for any panda appearances. I always respect and appreciate fellow Jaipur fans. High value goods? I don't know. I have to wait to get sets of them. That's a pain in the neck. Oh, yeah, I should really probably pay more attention. Oh, well. I got the most camels, though, and hey, as long as I get the most camels, that's all that matters. Oh my gosh, I won! Woo! Jaipur champion. Okay. Well, it's 2 out of 3 though, so now I've got to. I'm gonna make you sit. We're at 25 minutes. We'll crank through this, right? And if nothing else, hopefully you're seeing how quickly this really does play, right? Bonus time. All right. I don't want to see. Okay. All right. I don't want to see my opponent's next turn. Let's get rid of that gold. Oh, take that. Yeah. Take that diamond. I'm gonna speed Jaipur. I'm gonna keep on talking at you because, I never shut up. But I'm gonna totally focus on this game and totally play as fast as I can. Well, Joe, maybe you're just smarter or more adept at connecting things in your brain than I am. Joe is saying that they use both the name and the color, which is actually probably the smartest thing to do, like green tea. Ooh, which actually thematically works. It's green tea. Joe's asking how long are turns between players allowed to be in network play with... Wait a minute. Oh my gosh, now I can't read either. We'll take a look at that. I'll try to load it up and see if it'll load up for me, okay? Joe's asking about some online turns. I think it's async, but I'll double check. Let's take some leather goods here. All the camels. Do I need one more? Yeah, I do. Exchange those cards. Let's trade in some leather goods. Might as well. 2-point bonus chip. Blarg. I'll have to look up what the range of the point values are on the bonus chips for the cards. Or somebody in the chat will do it because chats are always so helpful. All right, let's get all those green teas, huh? Taking a page out of Joe's book and trying to use the name and the color. Get rid of those green teas. And then what I want to show you is just another little aspect that's completely random in this game, but utterly charming at the end here too, after I get through the campaign mode. Oh, hello. Purple cloth, I'm taking y'all. Okay. Oh, wait, did my opponent grab a diamond? So Joe, this is, I'm showing you the beta version actually that I have access to. The Jaipur app releases tomorrow or Thursday. I can't remember. I actually didn't get final confirmation on the day. I think I saw 5/24, but I'm just giving a little preview of it. I think people, apps cost money and people want to make sure that they have a sense of what they're getting into before they spend that money. So I like doing these little previews to show it off, so that hopefully people have a sense of whether this app is for them or not. And just because this particular app I happen to love, I understand that not everybody, not everything is for everyone, and that's okay. Okay, oh, well, that's funny. My app just crashed. Sorry about that. Which honestly, I know that may seem odd. I actually haven't had that happen, so it's interesting that it did that. Also, yeah, I mean, I just haven't had it happen. Okay, well, it's probably gonna start me off on my game again anyway, so I'm not going to. Whoops. And by restarting that, my my reflector restarted as well. So let me just fix that. See, I told y'all I'm really, really bad at technology. It's awful. I'm the worst. And Joe is challenging me. Joe, pay attention to the stream. Don't be challenging me in Star Realms while I'm streaming. Oh my goodness. All right. What I wanted to show you here is that as you play, it was trippy for a second. Michael says trippy. Yeah, a little bit trippy. What I want to show you here in the app, and I think I fixed the display there so it's not overlapping. Hopefully that'll refresh. Is it? I'll check my app here. Oh, you know what it is? 1 second. I'm actually refreshing my Twitch stream just to see. Is our thing things still streaming? My Twitch isn't showing any refresh, so I just want to make sure. Okay, well maybe now. Huh. You guys let me know in the chat if everything looks okay, or if not, I can try to fix it, because that would be good. Let me see that. Oh, there we go. Okay, I got it now. I got it. Okay, all right. I told you, bad at technology. Hopefully this looks a little better. Okay, so as you win games in there, you're going to collect coins and camels, so coins let you unlock new spaces. The camels let you travel between spaces. Yeah, you can see my talking head. I know, that's the worst. But over here, there's a little castle icon on the left. And randomly, you also earn these castle points that you can spend on these little castle pieces here. And you can build, that's 30. I don't have enough. I only have 20. Can I afford this crown? I can. That lets you, I've built 5 elements. You can actually build like a little village, a little town, these little castles in the game. And as far as I can tell, there's like no reason for this to exist other than for fun. And honestly, I think that is completely charming. I think it's totally awesome. So that's another random little feature in the Jaipur campaign mode. Alrighty, we've been going for a little bit, and I think I've shown off all the highlights of the upcoming Jaipur app. It is being developed by Asmodee Digital and released. It will be released on Android and on iOS. It will have online cross-platform play. It does have solo mode with, it does have multiple levels of AI and in-game options. And it does have that interesting pass and play where I showed you kind of the use of the gyroscopes as well. The price point, I actually don't have confirmation on. I know that you're probably curious about that. I would not expect this to be a hugely expensive app. I would expect to be under $5. And I've been playing the beta for a while now and have really enjoyed it. I think it's a great implementation of the game. I'm a huge fan of the game. And so it's really nice to have an app version because Jaipur is such a great digital game to play on the go, right? You pick it up, you play it real quickly, you put it down, and I think it is awesome. So there you go, Jaipur coming from Asmodee Digital, featuring art by Vincent Dutray. It's lovely. It's releasing this week. If you have any questions about the app, you are welcome to reach out to myself or to Asmodee Digital on Twitter. That's the easiest place to get me. I'm at 425 Suzanne on Twitter, and Asmodee Digital is at Asmodee Digital. You can also always email me. I'm at 425suzanne@gmail.com. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. I really appreciate you chiming in and helping me out and putting up with any kind of technical difficulties that I had. You're ever so kind. And until next time, I hope you have a great week. Bye.